Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So today we're going to do a reading for Aries through Pisces on who was missing you on Valentine's Day. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for each sign. That's all the cards I'll pull, but hopefully we'll get very direct, very clear messages on who was kind of pining over you on Valentine's Day. So let's get started with Aries. Let's get you 3 shuffles. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Who is pining over you on Valentine's Day? Who is missing the Aries collective on Valentine's Day? Can I get 3 accurate, concise cards on who is missing Aries on Valentine's Day? Oh my goodness, somebody super brokenhearted, or somebody that you have had a very, what do I want to say, a very heartbreaking breakup with, or at the very least you are nowhere near this person. This is a big separation. Who is pining over Aries on Valentine's Day? 9 of Wands. This person is devastated. That's somebody who is very, very hurt. One more on who's pining over Aries on Valentine's Day. This could have been somebody you had a very serious connection with. This is the major arcana for Taurus, so they could have a very strong Taurus placement in their chart, but it feels like somebody that maybe in the past things were serious with, but there's just a lot of heartbreak here. It could even be somebody who moved on and got into a serious relationship with somebody else, but they just missed you like heck on Valentine's Day and were super brokenhearted over it. So Aries, that's what I have for you. Let's move on to Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Who is missing you on Valentine's Day? Who is pining over Taurus on Valentine's Day? Can I get 3 concise, accurate cards on who was pining over Taurus on Valentine's Day? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Who is missing you? Somebody who is devastated, out in the cold, upset, lonely. 5 of Pentacles is just, yeah, they're just, look how alone and desolate that card is. Who's pining over Taurus on Valentine's Day? Somebody who is, excuse me, I got 2 at once. A very, very upset person who's in love with you. Could have a major water placement with the King of Cups here. They're literally, look at this card, weighed down by the past, by the memories, by the emotions. One more on who was pining for Taurus on Valentine's Day. Tower. This is somebody who's very upset, very devastated. They could even be angry. Tower, I think, is Scorpio energy, if I remember right. So it could be a water sign for sure. Doesn't have to be, but they could have those placements. Yeah, somebody who's just really, really upset. And again, Aries had a similar message. I always get a tie between Aries and Taurus. So you guys may have significant, say, Aries placements or vice versa. So Taurus, that's what I have for you. Gemini. So Gemini, who is pining for you, or who was pining for you on Valentine's Day? Who is missing Gemini on Valentine's Day? Can you give me details? 3 cards, accurate cards on who is missing Gemini on Valentine's Day. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising placements. Who is missing you? Somebody who is very upset. Almost feels like somebody who may have been a game player. Manipulative. They want to fight, I think. Who is missing you on Valentine's Day? Somebody you saw as wish fulfillment or saw you as wish fulfillment. This also could be somebody who is so upset they were indulging last night, drinking a lot. Who's missing you on Valentine's Day? Chariot. This is the major arcana for Cancer. So it could be somebody who is at a distance, somebody that you've moved on from, that you're just parted from, basically. It could be somebody who was this close because they were super upset to rushing back in to talk to you. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you didn't get like a drunken phone call. If not, they were thinking about it. All right, Gemini. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So Who was pining over Cancer last night? Who was missing Cancer on Valentine's Day? Who was missing Cancer on Valentine's Day? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Tell me accurately with 3 cards. Who's missing Cancer on Valentine's Day? 8 of Wands. Could be somebody with a lot of strong fire in their chart. Doesn't have to be, but could be somebody who there was a lot of passionate energy between the two of you. A lot of communication, a lot of action, a lot of movement. I feel more a fire sign placement though. Who's missing Cancer on Valentine's Day? Who is missing Cancer on Valentine's Day? 10 of Cups. Somebody you potentially had some kind of relationship with. Could also be somebody who just is deeply in love with you. Who's missing Cancer on Valentine's Day? 3 of Wands. Somebody at a distance. Someone who's holding back. Someone who's literally sitting there with this picture. I always think he loves me not. Or she loves me not, depending on your situation. But it's somebody who has a lot of love, would love to communicate that, but they're just sitting there, just pining away, just thinking about this heartbreak. So Cancer, that's what I have for you. Leo. All right, Leos. So Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Who is missing you on Valentine's Day? Tell me accurately with 3 cards. Who is pining for Leo on Valentine's Day? Who is missing Leo? Okay. Leo, who is missing you on Valentine's Day? Knight of Swords. This could be somebody that in the past you found to be pretty impulsive, maybe even a little reckless, just a lot of action, fast movement type of a person. Who's missing Leo on Valentine's Day? Rash came to mind. Might be an air sign. Knight of Wands. This is another energy of being a very fast mover, very rash, very passionate. This feels like somebody who acts quickly on their emotions. Who is missing Leo on Valentine's Day? Worlds. Somebody that you're parted from, obviously. There's a distance. Feels like a physical distance in this case. Just definitely something that feels like it's done, it's over, completed, but this person's sitting there, wherever they're at, looks like the North Pole in this picture, but they're thinking about you and almost wanting to rush in, but stopping themselves. So Leo, that's what I have for who missed you on Valentine's Day. Virgo. So Virgo, whoops, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Who missed you on Valentine's Day? Who is pining over my Virgos on Valentine's Day? Virgo Collective. Who is missing them? We'll get 3 accurate cards for who is missing Virgos on Valentine's Day. Too many. Who is missing Virgo on Valentine's Day? 1 card at a time if possible. 9 of Cups. This is somebody who was possibly drinking and indulging on Valentine's Day while thinking about you. There's somebody who sees you as wish fulfillment. Tell me who is missing Virgo on Valentine's Day. This is somebody who could have been very held back from you, very stingy, very blocked. They might have given you the bare minimum that they could give you. Who's missing Virgo on Valentine's Day? The Lovers. This could be a Gemini, possibly. That's the major arcana for Gemini, or they have some kind of Gemini placement, potentially. This is somebody who has a lot of love for you, probably views you as a soulmate. But I think they just held back and probably overindulged last night. So Virgo, that's what I have for you on who is missing you on Valentine's Day. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Libras, who is missing you on Valentine's Day? I'm going to get 3 cards to accurately represent who was pining over Libras on Valentine's Day. Tell me who is missing the Libras. Who missed Libras on Valentine's Day? Libra. 3 of Cups. This could be somebody you dated in the past. I always say this could even just be somebody that you like broke bread with, you went out, you had a few drinks. Feels to me in your situation, it might be somebody who is in your friend group potentially too. And maybe not only if you're separated, maybe you're not only separated from somebody you dated from, but from somebody you were a friend of. Who's missing, Libra? Eight of Wands could be somebody with a very fiery personality or somebody who is very communicative, very talkative with the Eight of Wands. Doesn't seem like it's somebody who's shy, if that makes sense. Who's missing, Libra, on Valentine's Day? Who is missing, Libra, on Valentine's Day? Ooh, too many. One more for who is missing, Libra. We have Three of Cups, Eight of Wands. Somebody who's very lonely, very sad, feeling out in the cold. Especially if it happens to be for some of you that it was somebody who was also a friend. Yeah, I just get an energy of a lot of communication, a lot of passion, but it being at an end and they just held back and just thought about you. So Libra, that's what I have for you. Scorpio, woo. Who is missing Scorpios on Valentine's Day? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Who is missing Scorpio on Valentine's Day? Can I get 3 accurate cards to represent who is pining over Scorpio on Valentine's Day? Tell me about who is missing Scorpio. High Priestess. This is somebody that if they missed you, you would have no idea whatsoever that they had feelings any longer. Like that's literally a visual ice queen right there. I think if you thought about it or used your intuition, you might think they did, but they're pretty good at concealing it. Yeah. Nine of Swords. They're devastated, but you could never tell. Nine of Swords is just being beside yourself. So upset about something that you can't sleep at night. Who else is missing? Or excuse me, not who else. Who is missing Scorpio? They were missing Scorpio on Valentine's Day. Who is pining over Scorpio on Valentine's Day? Knight of Swords. This could be somebody who almost gave their hand away and rushed back in. Could be an air sign. We have 2 air cards out here. Doesn't have to be, but they might have major air placements. I would just say it's somebody who was so upset, even though you don't know it, they almost came back in. So Scorpio, that's who I have for who was missing you on Valentine's Day. Sagittarius. So tell me, who is missing Sagittarius on Valentine's Day? Sagittarius, Sun or Moon or Venus placements or rising placements. Who is missing Sagittarius on Valentine's Day? Missing Sagittarius, pining for Sagittarius on Valentine's Day. Who is missing the Sages? Who is missing the Sagittarius on Valentine's Day? Knight of Wands could be strong fire placements in their chart. They could just be very passionate. They could be a player. If you know them to be a player, it feels like, as far as Sagittarius is concerned, they're very lustful towards the Sagittariuses. King of Pentacles. This could be an earth sign, generally Taurus, but earth is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Could be somebody you either had a very serious relationship with or somebody who may be married to somebody else. So Knight of Wands, King of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. I would say it is somebody you did actually go out with at least once in the past. Almost feels like with this combo, it was like a person who was in a serious relationship who may not have told you because they were a player. And so, but they were trying to date despite the fact that they were in something serious with that King of Pentacles. Or again, if that's not the case, it's probably somebody with very strong earth placements. So they were thinking about you last night, Sagittarius. All right, next person. Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Who was missing Capricorn on Valentine's Day? Who was pining for the Capricorns on the day of love? Capricorn. Can I get an accurate set of 3 cards to tell me who was missing Capricorns on Valentine's Day? Capricorn. Three of Wands, somebody who's at a distance and held back. Somebody else got this card, and I always say when I use this deck, it reminds me of somebody sitting somewhere just going, they love me not, they love me not, pulling the leaves off, or the petals off flowers. Who misses Capricorn? Who missed them on Valentine's Day? The Sun. Could be a Leo. Strong Leo placement potentially. Doesn't have to be. Could be somebody who just sees you as their happiness. Also could be somebody that you perceive to be happy. And that is not the case. They miss you. So who was pining for Capricorn on Valentine's Day? This is the Hierophant. This is the energy of somebody who is either a prior committed relationship that you had or somebody who has moved on to a commitment. This is also the major arcana for Taurus. They could have major Taurus placements. Also could be somebody in your particular case. I got another message that it might have been somebody who was a mentor in your life, even possibly a authority figure, but that's probably only for a few of you. So Capricorn, that is who was missing you on Valentine's Day. Aquarius. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Who was missing Aquarius on Valentine's Day? Who was lamenting on Valentine's Day over my Aquarius placements? So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Who was missing you on the day of love? Aquarius. Star could be a fellow Aquarius. If you're a cross watcher watching for Aquarius, the Aquarius could have been missing you. Could be somebody who's at a physical distance, and could be somebody who sees you as wish fulfillment. Who is missing Aquarius on Valentine's Day? This is the Sun. This is Leo's major arcana. They could have a Leo placement somewhere in their chart. This is somebody who I think just sees you as amazing, or you see as amazing. The Star and the Sun. Also could be someone there was like that where there's the idea that one person is radically different than the other person, with the Star and the Sun. Who's missing Aquarius? Nine of Cups. Yeah, there's a lot of seeing the other person as wish fulfillment. Because it was Valentine's Day, they could have been indulging to forget you. But they definitely see you as happiness and, the bee's knees, basically. So, and there are a lot of bees in that Sun card. So, all right. So, Aquarius, that was who was missing you on Valentine's Day. And last is Pisces. Okay, so who was missing Pisces on Valentine's Day? So this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. If you have any of those in your chart, who is lamenting over Pisces on Valentine's Day? I get 3 accurate cards to describe who is missing Pisces on Valentine's Day. 9 of Cups, a couple other signs got this. This is either someone who sees you as wish fulfillment, or it could be someone who was indulging on Valentine's Day to forget about you. So they may have been drinking, they may have been overindulging in just about anything to kind of distract themselves. Who was missing Pisces on Valentine's Day? 10 of Wands, somebody who is very sad, very burdened, and very overwhelmed with the fact that you guys are not together. Who is missing Pisces on Valentine's Day? Woo. 3 of Wands, but then it flipped over. So this very well could be somebody you're not physically distant from, but it feels like somebody who's held back from you. So since it kind of weirdly wanted to flip over, I would say for a bunch of you, it's probably somebody that's not necessarily 100 miles away or in another country. It's somebody close, although emotionally distant because of this burden. And again, could be somebody with this 10 of Wands who is drinking too much, imbibing too much, like on Valentine's Day, thinking about you. So Pisces, that's what I have for you, for who was thinking about you on Valentine's Day. So that's the last sign. Thanks for listening, guys. And as always, it's a general reading. It's not going to resonate for everybody. I recommend looking at your other placements to see if your messages are there. And I should have another reading out in the next 48 hours. So thanks. Have a good one.